I don't think so. It's not possible.
Darling, you have no idea what's possible.
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but it seems that my own audience, you know, the group of people who are insanely addicted to pony salt and are willing to rip me apart to get their hands on it, are a lot more giving and willing to share than PlayStation fanboys. But sadly, they're just going to have to learn how to share. Sharing is caring after all, right? You guys had them all these years, and you didn't want us to play them. But now Daddy Jim Ryan is forcing you guys to share with us, isn't he?
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Okay then.
Just like he promised he would months ago when he said he was bringing the whole goddamn slate to PC. The ponies were in denial. As a matter of fact, a couple of them said it wouldn't be none of their big first-party AAA games, but then it turned out that those were coming too. It won't be anything less than 5 years old, and then Horizon Zero Dawn made its way to PC, and then Death Stranding made its way to PC, and before you knew it, all their goddamn games made it to PC. But the best part of all of this is that there's not a goddamn thing they're gonna do about it. What, you think they're gonna suddenly stop buying PlayStation? They're gonna take off their PlayStation fanboy beanies? That they're gonna go get laid and do something else? No, I think people are quick to forget that this is what PlayStation fanboys live for. The thrill of console wars. So what happened? Well, I woke up one day, my nuts were real itchy, I was scratching them, I looked over at my monitor, and I noticed that God of War was on the front of the Steam page. And I just knew I had to log into Twitter to see the shitstorm.
Kofi.
Gran Turismo 2. That shit.
What do you?
Oh my God! Of course, Fataga's in here. Yo, he better request to speak.
Blaze,
It seems my name is known far and wide across the Twitter space, or the spaces that house the PlayStation fanboys anyway. And if you're wondering, no, they didn't unmute me and allow me to be a part of that discussion. I didn't expect them to, and I don't blame them for that. The minute they unmute me, I would have started ragging on Blaze about how he promised he would saw his PS4 in half if God of War came to PC. So, good choice.
I swear to God on my children, I will get that console. And not because I'm, I don't want to be super animated, but I'm going to cut that console in half.
What? With like a saw? Oh.
Yeah, like a sawzall. And I'm just going to cut it in half, and I'm going to announce to the world that I'm officially a PC gamer.
Wow.
If they do that.
Well, we're waiting.
You know what, Blaze, between you and me? It's fine. You don't have to come to the PC, but I still want you to saw your PS4 in half, though, alright? You promised, motherfucker. Hey, you swore your children on it, alright? Your goddamn children. You were so convinced Sony would never port to PC, you were willing to bet on your own freaking children. Now, if that isn't full-on commitment to console exclusivity, then I don't know what else is. I expect to see your video very soon, Blaze. Me and all, 36,000 plus people will be waiting. No pressure. Embark on Kratos' deeply personal quest into the brutal Norse realms when God of War 2018 comes to PC on January 14th, 2022.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Well, there you go, straight out of God's mouth themselves. And you'd figure with Sony being the ones to publicly announce this, that it'd be a lot easier on the ponies. They would be able to handle the news. Quite the opposite, actually. The fact that it was Sony who were the ones announcing and posting these trailers set the ponies off into a frenzy I have never seen before. They were looking to eat anyone alive they could, because this was the last straw, Sony. How could you? You did it with Horizon Zero Dawn. You did it with Death Stranding. You even did it with Uncharted. But God of War? You fucking bastards! That's sacred! How could you? Damn Sony, they're breaking the family unit. They're breaking tradition. Fuck you!
Do you understand that? Serious crap!
God of War coming to PC? Why the fuck did I waste $750 on a PS5 when I could have just bought a $1,200 PC and waited 3 years to play games from a totally different console instead? Fucking whole video game just shitting in my mouth mouth enthralled.
I mean, if you want your entire living room to smell like caca just to prove a point about spending $750 on a PS5, then be my guest. Nobody forced you to pay $750. You went out of your way to drop that type of money, knowing full well that Sony is not honest about exclusivity of video games, knowing full well Jim Ryan told everybody up front that he has a whole slate of games coming to PC, and yet you still put down that $750. And what did you get out of it? Shit on your console. No, literally, shit on your console.
I'm not even waiting 1 week or 1 month to play God of War or Horizon. Those games are so great, you play them day one on a PS5.
Or you play them whenever the fuck you want because they're not going anywhere. What, you think playing it the day it comes out makes it any different? Just look at how far the ponies have fallen. It used to be, we would never be able to play these games. There's nothing on PC that can compare to these games. And now it's about who gets to play it first, which is a far less impressive and interesting argument. Nobody gives a shit.
You can't make this up. PC fanboys really upset at us for not caring about God of War going to PC 4 years after launch. I hope you go out and support this game. It's a masterpiece of a game and it should be played.
Actually, you can make it up because the internet shows something else entirely. I mean, we got a motherfucker who just stuck his goddamn PS5 in the toilet out of pure rage and anger because these games are coming to PC. At this point, who are you trying to convince ponies aren't mad? Yourself? Because that's what it seems like. I mean, imagine being somebody who spent years rubbing a game in the face of other people all fucking day, all over your timeline, only for you to pretend like you don't care that you can't do it anymore. Motherfucker, that was your pastime. That was your hobby. You're going to miss being able to do it, and you know it. I know the idea of picking up a hobby and pursuing other things in life doesn't sound great, but it's basically the only other choice ponies will have when all their games get ported to PC. Okay, I drank an entire 40 for this. Here goes. This is
why Nintendo is better. No games on PC.
Ugh. Oh, that's a lot of foam in the stomach. What's this motherfucker talking about? Nintendo games on PC are the best because they're fucking free. I mean, sorry, I can't say that. You know, piracy bad, by giving it to them, whatever.
I paid many times more money on the black market and bought a PlayStation for $1,500 to enjoy exclusive games. But you port the games on a PC for exclusive games and the PlayStation brand, which I really liked. But now I am very upset with you.
Why are ponies constantly reminding Sony how much they paid for a PS5 off a goddamn scalper? Do you think that's gonna change Sony's mind on anything? You think they're gonna say, whoops, this one fucking loser just dropped $1,500 on a PS5, can't afford to port to PC now? No, they're probably laughing their asses off. $750, $1,500, you motherfuckers really paid a lot of money for a console with no goddamn games, didn't you? You know, I never thought I'd say this, but thank God for scalpers. They're teaching a lot of retarded people a very good lesson right now. Oh, what am I saying? Ponies don't learn. They're gonna do it with the PS6, but this time they'll pay $2,000 and they'll be buying $100 games.
Goodbye, PlayStation. You lost the essence. The exclusives in more than 25 years of history. Goodbye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
That doesn't really work out for me, because I'm not into the idea of taking in console refugees, especially if they're from the PlayStation side, in which case maybe ports of PC games aren't a good thing. They're all threatening to leave and just get a PC. And do you want that? I certainly don't. They're unbearable enough as it is. Imagine if they're in your own community. All the stupid shit they said about frame rates, ray tracing, and graphic settings, and mods, and cheaper games. Put them on a boat and send them over to Nintendo. Let them deal with it. I'm having enough trouble trying to build the wall around PC gaming as it is.
True PlayStation fans realize it's the beginning of the end of the PlayStation Council. It's a sad sad day for PlayStation loyals and a great day for PC gamers. Big L, PlayStation. Sad day.
God damn, I hope this is the beginning of the end of the PlayStation console, because if that was the case, then the ponies would go extinct. But sadly, it's not. Porting to PC isn't... it's not going to affect the console sales. It's not going to kill the console, sadly, no matter how much I wish that would happen. Sadly, instead, we're stuck with a much more tame reality. A reality in which porting to PC was never going to hurt Sony, only make them stronger and more money. The only damage being done is to the pony psyche, but nobody really gives a shit about that.
Kind of defeats the purpose of having a PlayStation. People buy consoles for exclusives. If they're just going to release PlayStation exclusives on PC, then there's no real reason to have a console.
Gonna cry?
I'll tell you what, if there's no real reason to have a console, why don't you send it to me and I'll gladly sell it. Take it off your hands. How about that? Obviously, you're not going to say yes because you're still going to want to hold on to your PS5, even if there's no exclusive games on. Hell, all of you bought those PS5s with no exclusive content on it, so I'm fully convinced you'll be perfectly okay with those games being on PC. I mean, obviously, the exclusives are the only argument they had left to give this console value, because at the end of the day, it's a fucking ripoff. $70 games, online fees, shitty backwards compatibility. I guess if you take a handful of exclusives out of the equation, the PS5 really does look like shit.
Most PC gamers will be playing God of War at PS4 settings. Black guy running, hashtag God of War.
I'm pretty sure most PC gamers would have to massively underclock their rigs if they wanted to run at PS4 settings. Furthermore, I don't know what this motherfucker is bragging about. There ain't no enhanced version for the PS5, and when the time does come for there to be one, expect there to be an entrance fee. So, why don't you take that L, good sir? Dumbass is running his mouth while he's literally running the PS4 version on his PS5. Now, obviously, you're all sitting here because your most wanted reaction is that of the most famous PlayStation fanboy of them all. Mr. Lipsmackin' JTech TV tried his best to hold back tears and anger and frustration and rage at the announcement that he received live while he was streaming.
Okay, we will be breaking news right now. Again, big shout out, because again, I didn't go to Twitter. I saw a rumor before I hopped in the shower, and then it looks like that rumor developed into something real.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that once you hopped out of the shower and saw the news, you quickly hopped back in to cry a little bit, because that looks like the face of a man who just finished crying his ass off.
So God of War is currently on the PlayStation on Steam store, which would make it 2 games within 1 year. So now, as my effect right now, I don't really feel anything. That's probably because
you spend a lot of time crying in the shower to get over it. I mean, you've done some humiliating stuff before, and you've been caught in the act of, you know, sending inappropriate images to women, but the last thing I want to see is a video of JTech with tears in his eyes. He's numb at this point. The constant pelting of bad news has damaged him to the point he no longer feels pain over these games going to PC. It looks like we finally reached a point where we have milked all the salt we can out of JTech. This might be it.
We already knew God of War was going to go over, and I'm seeing it this way. And I just want everybody to understand, if you're trying to like get reaction videos out of me anymore, it's probably not gonna happen.
Too late.
This is because hold on, True Woody. I'm gonna calm you down because I don't want anybody to have content. So please don't. You can do that off air, but hold on.
I told you many times, man. We save our tears for when we're off the air.
The reason why I think this is awesome is because we have God of War Ragnarok about to come out. And you're going to want to continue that story. So I think this is a really smart business move, especially with more PS5s being created and the ability to go into the stores this holiday season with the GameStop bundles that they have.
Oh, what's that? You think it's a smart business move after all this time? Aw, you could've fooled me, Jay. What did you say, what, just a month or two ago?
Jim Ryan lost touch, bro. That nigga is dumb as fuck. Bro, Jim, man, I'm telling you, they need to fire that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, bullshit. You think it's a great business idea. You thought Jim Ryan should have been fired over it. You thought it should have never happened to begin with. All you're trying to do is swing things in your favor, but you can't. It's not gonna happen. We know exactly how you guys feel because you were so vocal about it for years. Who in the hell were you trying to convince with that fake positive outlook? Oh my god, you know what? That's it. We're done with this one. I would show you some other tweets, but sadly Alex actually covered those. So instead I decided to show you a bunch of shit he didn't show you, cause my salt is 10 times fucking better. You have to be a little more patient for it, but at this point, we're producing Pegasus Crystal, a much more potent, concentrated form of pony salt that'll fuck you up way more and it lasts 10 times longer. So hopefully this was enough to keep you satisfied for a bit, cause I got more work to do, unfortunately. If I want to live anyway. So like, comment, share, subscribe if you so choose to, you dumb fucks, and I'll see you in the next video.
Fritonga sucks ass.